What is going on, everyone? I am Grumpy Koala, and today we're going to be taking a look at another Killjoy setup video, this time on Bind. Last time we did Ascent. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll put a link in the description so that you can go check that out. Make sure that you know the lineups and setups for Killjoy on Ascent and now Bind. This is also going to be another video where we focus on about one setup and lineup per site on both offense and defense, because that'll allow you, whether you're a low elo player or maybe you've never played Killjoy before, you can hop into any game, whether it's unrated or if you have to play Killjoy in ranked, you can do that first try and at least have some idea of what capacity to play in, how to do the choke points, how to play on defense and offense, whether you're pushing in or defending a site. So without further ado, let's get right into this. So first, we're going to be taking a look at a site on defense. Like I said, we're going to be doing one setup per site. So this time we're going to be on defense. And I'd say when you come over from spawn on A, the best place to put your turret is heaven. So you can put it about this right here, a little bit on the left side I prefer, because then it'll reach showers as well as short. It'll see them if they hop on top of the box, if they're in cubby, or if they're in showers. So now, no matter where they push out to on a site, you'll be able to see them successfully. And then this covers most of a site. Obviously, it won't cover them if they're planting, whether it's dices or around U-Haul, but I think either way it's good. Next, with the alarm bot and the mollies, you can put the alarm bot about right here, so you can see it covers up to this point, and that way you can put the mollies on the left and the right side. This is a great spot to do because then when they push through short, they'll have to run over the molly, but they won't necessarily see it if they're pushing through fast before they activate the alarm bot. If they push over here, yeah, they might only take a little bit of damage, but as soon as they go to right here, then they will honestly just take so much damage from both the mollies. And if we do this, we'll just pop them real quick. You can see that it covers so much area, especially near teleport. If they decide to go and teleport, there's like a Venn diagram style damage in the middle. So I would say this is the best setup on A for that. Along with the alt point or the alt, I would say if they're pushing on and planting, or if you can get in here on a retake, so you're pushing in from CT and then you're coming in here, this is probably the best alt point because it covers basically everything besides top A tower. But if you're pushing in or you have already been there, you probably already have a tower control or heaven control, forces them to go to the back part of showers or push all the way to the end of short. I'd say this is probably the best ult spot on A for retaking if you can get here, or if they're already on site, you can ult and then push out from here. That way, if they're coming to destroy it, you can try to pop them before that happens. So that's about it for A site. So let's move on over to B site. Over here on B site, I would say one of my favorite places to place the turret is on this little box right here. And this is for a similar reason as A site, as it will cover any peaks from garden and be long. And then it'll also see anyone that is in hookah. So if I can learn how to jump for once in my life, then we can come in here and it'll see them here as well. So I say that's probably one of the best spots there. And then I'll actually give you two kind of setups for the mollies and alarm bot. They're similar. So if you want to make sure that they don't get in garden, this covers completely all of garden right here. And then you can put the alarm or the mollies appropriately. And then that'll be good. That'll cover basically all of garden if you know that they're pushing into there. So we can just do that, and then it'll cover everything maybe but back there. You can or you can adjust where you put them. Next one is if they push into hookah. This is one of my favorite ones to play on B site because you can put the alarm bot right here. So that way it's like covers just enough that they have to be in hookah to activate it. And then you can put the mollies back and then forward. And so they won't actually activate the alarm bot until they get here. And by this point, they're already checking to the left, or they're checking to the right, or they're checking site. So they're not really paying attention to an alarm bot being there. So they'll be right here, they'll activate it. You can pop both of these, and it'll cover most of hookah, and they'll literally have to jump on the box where you can shoot them from sight, or right here. So, and all of this combines for a great opportunity. If you set it up in garden, you can pop when they're pushing out, or if they're getting pushed back to maybe this box right here, you can see them here, and it's all works out very well. Oh, one more thing to cover when we're on B site over here is the alt point. When you're alting to retake or to defend the site, if they're pushing out, I would come over here to elbow, and you can alt from right here. You can see that it covers most of hookah, actually I'll open up the map for you guys, most of hookah, almost all of garden, and most of belong besides this one small part near the teleporter, and then also all the way to CT. So it covers almost the entire site and more, and it's perfect for defending the site or trying to retake it if you can get to elbow successfully. So now let's move over to A site on offense. All right, now we're on A site for offense. With offense, we're also going to look at one molly lineup per map. It's going to be for the default plant position. So let's get into this one. So first, for your turret, this also depends on whether or not you're defending site after planting or you're trying to get site control. We're going to cover site control versus after plant because post plant really depends on where you're planting, and so then it's like, do you have your turret, have they destroyed it? But if you're pushing on a site and you have somebody watching right here and you're watching like other side of short, then you can put this turret right on here on these little boxes, and then that way somebody will be watching here, and then this can cover heaven, left side of dices, and right side of dices, and then that'll help you guys push on, see where they're coming from. Always remember to check right here too, because your turret won't have control of that. Next, I would say that you can either choose your alarm bot for either putting it up behind you or on site. So if you're trying to put behind, if they're rotating from B, definitely recommend about this position, because that way they'll have to run through it. You'll either see it's destroyed or activated. Give your team time to turn around and then react to it. Besides that, you could also put it on the bomb. So for right now, the molly we're going to do is for short, is for default plant position. So if we plant right here, I'm not actually going to plant, we can come back here, and then that way once they are on bomb or activate the alarm bot, we know. So you want to do is come right into this corner. You can just get all nice and snug into it. And then I'm going to put an arrow on the screen to help you guys out. But you'll notice that there's this kind of lighter shade of green, almost a yellowish color. And at the top of this, there's a little point where it ends. And you're going to want to aim right there and just do a normal left click, no jump. And then we'll come over here and see where it lands. And you'll see that it lands right there. And if we activate it, it'll cover default and on this side as well. So whether you plant default behind U-Haul or you plant in this corner, it'll cover everything and help do some damage along the way. So that's about it. Nice, quick, and easy setup for A site on offense. So let's move over to B site. All right, now we're going to take a look at B site on offense. So for starters, I usually like pushing through hookah, because once we get into hookah and we clear all the corners, we can put the turret up on this box. Depending on where we put it, it depends what it covers. If we put it about the middle, it'll be able to see about right over here on the left side of B site, right side of B site, and then CT as well. And I think that covers a decent amount. You can see them pushing out from CT if they're rotating from A. Next, I would say we're going to use the alarm bot for two purposes. One, we can cover B link, so that way when you have an enemy team that's maybe lurking or rotating from A and flanking, it'll see them from there. Or for one more reason, but either one works well. The other reason is for the lineup for post plant. So we're going to put the alarm bot for now, just actually not the alarm bot, but if we're planting in default right here, we're going to see where the lineup is for that. So after you plant or your teammate plants, you're going to come to B long. So this is where the alarm bot comes in handy. If you put it on B link or you put it over here near T spawn, then that'll help defend against somebody that's flanking your team. So what you want to do for the molly for post plant is you want to come over here to this rock. You're going to want to like stand on top of it, pull out your molly, and I'm going to put another arrow on the screen, but this one lines up with the crosshair again, so it's quite easy. You kind of want to go to like the lower left part of this cylinder, and once you do that, another normal throw, and then you'll see that it covers default and a little bit of inside the pipe, and so it's perfect whether or not you want to plant default right in the corner or even maybe right here in pipe. Definitely is a versatile lineup position. For alting on B site and alting anywhere on offense for bind, it's a little tricky with Killjoy because there's not too many great spots unless you're already on site. If you put it right here, it's probably going to get destroyed because they can just shoot through it, whether it's from cubby, CT, or on site. I wouldn't recommend that unless you have some sort of other team or teammates positioning on site already. And so I would highly recommend either using your alt at default, post plant, or pre-planting, depending on where the enemies are, or if you can use it, what we saw on the defensive side as well, on the other side of elbow. Either of those should work well, and that covers most of sight, allows you to keep control until your ult is down, or it allows you to keep sight control throughout the plant period. So that is about it. We've covered basically everything, whether there's one setup on each side of the map for offense and defense. If you do have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. But I wanted to keep this nice, quick, and easy, so that way if you've never played Killjoy before, or if you're trying to get into Killjoy, or if you're a low elo and you don't understand how the Killjoy works, this should be a quite simple tutorial on how to play her for both maps on Bind. Hope you did enjoy. Hope you guys go win some games with Killjoy now, and I hope you all have a great day. So I'll see you all later.